Hello. We are back with some more magical marriage lunatics. We've finally done it. We've gone through the other 5 girls and we're now on to the mascot of the game. Now, of course, I sung my praises of Yuna's route, right? Luna, I know who that is. Of Yuna's route, right? And of course, I have high hopes for Lucy's route. Someone in the comments, the one comment I saw on the last episode of Yuna's route, essentially told me to, hold off on my expectations, right? Being like, it's not going to be as good as Lucy's route, but it's going to be better than, it's not going to be better than Yuna's route, but it's going to be better than Luna's route. So you know what? That's good enough for me. But either way, that's enough rambling on. Let's get right into it. The last route of the game. I was wandering around the shopping district, killing time, when I randomly came across Lucy. Her clothes were akin to what a teenage girl would wear, but she definitely caught my eye at once. She seemed to possess a unique aura, but not because she was from another world. She's just so stunningly beautiful. Even the vast majority of passers-by turned around for a second look. Lucy.
あら、ユータ。嬉しいわね。こうして街中で偶然会えるなんて。
Yeah, a coincidence. Like with every route. Despite trying to play cool, I smiled like a fool in response to that.
実際、こういう経験って初めてだわ。
Huh?
ほら、私は居城から出ることがほとんどなかったから。
Oh.
公式にはね。
She giggled as she added that last bit. For the record.
隠れて遊びに出かけることも多かったから。なんと、それは誠の話でございますか、お嬢様。いいじゃない、昔の話よ。しかしですな。
On and off the record, huh? It was astonishing that she had to be so secretive about going out. But hearing that reiterated that she really was a princess. What'd you do when you went out?
まあ、つまらないことよ。城の外に出たって、ろくに友達もいないことだし。
Yeah, you're only friends with the other princesses that met once a year. Friends? Oh, really? Oh, really?
ええ、仲良しなのは、カリンにユリに頼姫にルルーナに、その4人だけね。
Told you.
結局、城を出ることもなければ、学校に通うこともなかったわけだから。
Oh, right. That sounded pretty lonely. She didn't have any friends her age, and could only meet the few she had at decided times.
だから、一人で城の周囲に広がる森をぶらついていたわね。それが危ないのです。
I mean, that's how she met Yuta, so like, it worked out. Dora shot up into the air with violent flapping. By foolhardy, you mean she can get lost?
10回。いえ、そう広がっているわけではございませぬ。ただ、人里を離れれば怪物が出る。
Monsters. I wasn't expecting us to deviate into monsters.
そこがあちらとこちらの異なるところよ。けれどまあ、私は最強の力を持つ吸血鬼。怪物など目ではないわね。
I've already seen it with Noah. You can't, your eyes don't surprise me.
お嬢様の自信は往々にして油断につながるのでございます。うるさいわね。
Also, it's been a while since we've seen those eyes. It's been like since the fucking single-digit episodes.
まだ力のない幼児の頃から無茶ばかりしておったではございませぬか。は もう昔の話はやめて。古い話ばかりしたがるのは年の証拠よ。それに後先を考えない行動から思いがけない人生の意義が見出されることもあるわ。
She smiled at me as she spoke. One's purpose?
その話はまた今度ね。
She giggled subtly to herself. A deep conversation seemed to be unfolding. What was that about? So back to the matter at hand. You've never bumped into a friend outside?
そうなのよ。お忍びではあるし、そもそも友達もいない。だから今ユータと出会えてなんだか新鮮に感じられたわね。
I see.
少し不思議な感覚よ。毎日学校で顔を合わせて家も隣り合っているというのに。
Yeah, and she can actually say next door because she's the first house. I nodded and tried to look at Lucy with the same excitement she had upon seeing me. It's kind of like the feeling of seeing a familiar female classmate outside of school.
何それ。
But specifically classmate because I don't think he has the same feeling towards Ando, Ikeda, and Kendo. You know, we wear the uniforms at school, so I've never seen them in their everyday attire. Meeting them by chance is like a breath of fresh air. Kind of like that. I mean, the only time that happened was with Megumi and Yuna's round.
ユータにはそんな風に感じるクラスの女子がいたということかしら。
No, because the only girls she's interested in live right next to him. Oh, that ticked her off. No, I haven't. I was imagining such a scenario.
そうならいいけれど。
So, what were you up to anyway?
これを眺めていたのよ。
Lucy pointed over to a shop off to the side of where we were standing. What kind of store is that?
あら、知らなかったの？ユータ、ずっとこの町に住んでいるのでしょ？
Yeah, I have. Oh, it's makeup.
そう、コスメティック専門店。その名もブラッディ・メアリーよ。
What a fitting
なか
name.
なかいい名前のお店じゃない。
Such a fitting name for a vampire. Splendid. You gonna buy something?
いいえ、今は見ていただけ。まあ、そのうちね。
Does Lucy ever even wear makeup? Yes, she said it multiple times. in multiple different routes, including the common route. Ask if she does. Don't ask. What? That's a weird. I mean, it's not like we haven't had a choice in the first hangout event ever. I mean, it was literally Yuna's route, but he asked if she does. It'll be the same as like in Yuna's route, where basically nothing's gonna change between the two options. It's more like this one has more fluff dialogue, right? I'm assuming. Do you wear makeup, Lucy?
どう思う？
I looked closely. She's so pretty. That was all that came to mind. So I couldn't tell one way or another.
まあ、わからない程度にということよ。
I see.
まあ、メイクよりは美容の方に関心があるわね、私は。
Beautification? Like what? Like her diet?
まずはスキンケア。
That too, I guess. Lucy gazed at the back of her hand. I found myself staring too. Smooth indeed. It was creamy white. It sounded cliche, but it really was. Well, that's what happens when you don't get out that much.
そして、女の命。
She also probably wears sunscreen 24/7. Lucy ran her fingers through her hair. It was as silky as it was long. Simply put, it was perfect.
それに爪も誰だって磨けば光るわ。それこそが美容ということよ。
I see, I guess. It sounded convincing coming from someone projecting such beauty.
私は磨く努力もせずに嘆くような真似だけはしたくないわね。
天性の美を誇るお嬢様が努力までされたら、これはもう鬼に金棒ですな。ま、顔面に仮面をつけてるのと何ら変わりのない濃い化粧などは少々努力の方向性が違うようにも感じますが。
Dora, I don't think you should be calling out all women.
余計なこと言わないのよ。
Immediately after Lucy said that, a Ganguro girl slathered in makeup came out of the store. We took that as our cue to leave. Unlucky. Yeah, but like that's a stylistic choice, right? It's not like a gal girl does it accidentally, right? They put on that shit ton of makeup on purpose to stand out.
過労？それは心配だな。
I've heard that voice line 7 times. Oh, 7? I don't know. 6. I mean 6 at most. I mean, like, you know, just like with every other time, it doesn't really matter. But for Lucy, it's because I'm really a mama's boy. Second choice. Also, when I meant it doesn't really matter, I meant each choice led to the same outcome of the same voice, same lines, I guess. The door suddenly opened while I was laying on my bed, reading a comic.
もしやと思ったが、ここにもいらっしゃらぬか。
Why would she be in his room? Dora, you should at least knock before entering someone's room.
失礼。だがこのドーラ少々焦っているでござる。
Gotta poop or something?
たわけ
I'm joking. So what's the problem?
お嬢様の姿が見えないのでござる。
Lucy? I tossed the comic aside and sat up. What do you mean you can't find her?
人間界においては常に行き先を告げる。それがこのドーラとお嬢様との固い約束でござる。
Uh-huh.
何？約束を交わした気になっているのはドーラの方だけだろうですと。
I didn't even say anything.
にもかかわらず、ふらっと消えてしまうなど。
Sheesh. I flopped back down and grabbed my comic. You're just being overprotective again.
何を申す。こんな未開の人間界、もし追いはぎにでも襲われたら何とする。
Primitive. At the very least, I doubt there's any bandits in town.
そうでなくとも、ほれ、ナンパなどというたわけた行為、お嬢様に試みる輩が湧いて出るかもしれないではないか。
Someone could try and pick her up. I sat up again. But Lucy has the entrancing eye, right? She can overpower anyone with that, correct?
だからといって心配が減じるわけではござらん。
I mean, I guess that's why Yuna was the only one to have experienced what she did in her route, because everyone else could have easily overpowered that guy. Really?
お嬢様がどこにいて何をしているかがわからぬ。それだけで我が輩の心は知事に乱れるのでござる。
Overpowered in their own way. Not like Karen could do it physically, but like the other girls, not so much. Like the most of them are more. What would be the word? It's not mentally. For Julie probably, but for the other girls, it's like, you know, using the fucking entrancing eye or the magical items, or, well, fucking wind powers for Yorihime. Not just a little too overprotective. I guess Lucy's dad was the same way. Those close to Lucy were too overprotective. Maybe that's what fostered her almost stubborn sense of independence. Can't you use her scent to track her down?
このドーラ、バカにされておるのですかな。
No, definitely not. No, I wasn't trying to.
我が輩、犬ではないのですぞ。
Guess I have no choice. I stood up from my bed. I'll look for her too.
いや別に、ユータ氏に助けを仰ごうなどというつもりは毛頭ござらん。
Hey, come on. Dora left without another word. Well, whatever. I'll search on my own. And then you'll find her instantly because of that magical power that the pact lets them... It's like a self-conscious GPS or whatever. I don't know. I wandered around town for a little while. And then I remembered that she really took a liking to the ocean before. Sure enough, I found her at the beach. She stood calmly on the shore, holding her fluttering hair with one hand. It was a simplistic scene, yet magnified by its artistic nature. Lucy.
こんにちは。
Lucy turned around unfazed, as if she had sensed my approach.
ユータも海を眺めに来たの？
No, I was looking for you. I just thought you might be here.
あら、私を？そう。でも、どうして？そんなに私に会いたくなったのかしら？
Yes, but no. Her tone was half joking, and I laughed while I answered. Well, that's true too, but Dora was at the root.
ドーラ？
You would know where to be found. Dora was quite distressed.
もう、あの過保護コウモリめ。私がどこに行こうが私の勝手だわ。
I also heard that you and Dora made a promise that you'd always report where you were going.
そんな約束はドーラが勝手に交わした気になっているだけね。
I knew it. I laughed out my nose and shook my head. Well, Dora was worried sick.
斜め上？
He thought you might be attacked by a bandit.
追いはぎね。
And worried you'd get picked up. I guess that's not far-fetched. It's kind of a possibility.
そうね。ここに立っていたら男に声をかけられたわよ。すぐに追い払ったけど。
She's tough. I guess I had to sympathize with the guy wanting to talk with a cute girl here, alone, exuding idyllic splendor.
じゃあドーラ、私のことを探しているの？
Yep. Lucy looked up at the sky. There was no bat in the blue sky.
けれど、ユータはよくわかったわね。ドーラでさえ右往左往しているようだというのに。
I recalled that you took a liking to the ocean, so I just thought it was a possibility.
そう。そういうこと覚えてくれているのね。ちゃんと。
Yeah, well...
なんだか嬉しいわ。
Lucy's eyes were practically shimmering. With the sparkling sea at her back, it accentuated her beauty. I had seen her every day for nearly a month, but my heart sped up regardless. Lucy's just so beautiful.
ねえ、私ね、ちょっと
Oops.
したいことがあるの。
What? Something you want to do?
ええ、この私がこんなことをってなんだか恥ずかしいのだけど。 もせっかくユータが来てくれたのだし、だから思い切ってしようと思うのだけど。
Oh, do it. Do what?
じゃあユータも座って。
She pulled my hand and I plopped awkwardly onto the sand. Lucy sat down too and outstretched her legs out flat. And stretched her legs out flat. She turned to me and with blushed cheeks and smiled shyly. Okay. Do I have to press something? Do I have to... listen, this is not...
これが一度してみたかったのよ。
Right, of course. I just needed to press spacebar. Not once. I did it. I pressed it once. Nothing happened. I had to press it twice. Why wouldn't it just automatically go into the scene? I don't know. It didn't. It's not. It's not like it was loading. Fuck all. It's just a... Yeah.
だってできないじゃない。一人きりでこんなこと。さすがに恥ずかしいわ。
Oh, that's what you mean.
砂浜で横になるなんて、この世に生を受けて一度もしたことがないし。だから、どうしてもしてみたくて。やっぱり子供っぽいかしら。
I mean, yes, but also like, yes, no. I mean, doing childish things isn't even a bad thing to begin with. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's not a bad thing.
まあ、それもそうよね。ちょっと自分の美意識というの？そういうのに抵触する感じではあるけれど。でも、ユータがそう言ってくれるのなら気も楽になるわ。
That was a lot of dialogue that I skipped through. I couldn't help but think how cute she was whenever... Okay, yeah, I didn't press anything. But think how cute she was whenever she was bashful. Whenever she was bashful. I sat while a girl lay on the sand next to me. We were just like a couple. Once we're officially dating, I want to do this again.
海のそばってとてもいい気持ち。
I mean, I understand picking her thing a second time kind of cements that they're going to be dating officially later down the line, but like this is the first time he's... I don't know what the word would be, but essentially like... He also like confirmed that was gonna happen. I don't know.
ねえ、私たちが恋人同士になったらまたここに来ましょうね。
I was just thinking that.
あら、それはやっぱり私こそを伴侶にしたいとそう願っているということかしら。
I obviously couldn't give her a straight answer, so I just laughed vaguely. Lucy didn't bother following up on that. She just closed her eyes.
なんだか眠くなってきてしまったわ。
It's like it makes sense that they're acting more like a couple, especially in the second hangout event, because it's like there's no reason for you to pick another girl after you've already picked Lucy twice, right? It's like obviously you're going to go down Lucy's route, so why not have them act more romantic towards each other in these hangout events during the common route or whatever. Yeah. You sleepy?
だって気持ちよくて。
Her voice was just above a whisper when her eyes closed. She really was artwork in motion.
それも ちょっと不安だったのよ。
About what?
もし一人で横になってうっかり眠り込んだら変な男にいたずらされてしまうかもしれないじゃない？
Oh. I guess it wasn't ludicrous. She mentioned that a guy approached her, so that's probably what planted that seed.
眠っていたら私の魔眼も発揮できない。
That would make sense. You'd need to use your eyes if you wanted to use your intransient eye, and if you're sleeping, your eyes are closed.
けれどユータがいるなら安心よね。
Yeah, go ahead and sleep if you want. I hesitated for a second, but I went ahead and patted Lucy's head.
そうされていると本当に
I
い
know.
い気持ち。
I just have the feeling of I don't see I never expected Lucy to do this, considering how much she cares about her hair. It's like the first thing I'm thinking of when she does this is like there's gonna be a lot of sand in her hair now, especially because of how close she is to the ocean. So like the sand is wet, but like maybe not. They're far enough up the beach where the water doesn't really get to them. So maybe it hasn't gone high tide there, but still it still gets in your hair. Her long hair was so silky. Just touching it sent a jolt of pleasure rushing through my body.
なんだか本当に眠ってしまいそう。
Go ahead.
ユータは私にいたずらするかしら。
Maybe. I mean, no. Yeah, right. Why would I?
いくじなし。
She pinched my thigh in revenge. That tiny bit of pain sent an electric shock up my spine.
でもお昼寝はやっぱりやめておくわ。
Lucy sat up slowly.
寝顔を見せるのは恥ずかしいもの。まだね。
I think she took it as more of an insult when he said it wasn't going to do anything to her if she went to sleep. Lucy winked at me in sync with her words. It was natural, yet I could have sworn it was trained.
あら、髪の毛がなんだかベタついてしまったわね。
I wouldn't think slimy was I didn't think she'd use slimy as an adjective as the adjective. I thought, grainy because of the sand. But yeah, I guess it's dirty. So, oh, the salty air will do that to will do that to you. That too.
ふん。海もいいことばかりではないということね。
Yeah. Plus, she gets sunburns. No, she wears sunscreen all the time. Lucy's milky white skin was probably sensitive to the sun. Forget. Yeah. Don't worry about the fucking giant ass windows in her house. Like, what do you mean? She has the sun on her at all times. That's not what I meant to press. So, on that note, shall we? I stood up and extended my hand to her. It was a bold move, to say the least, but it felt natural.
ありがとう。
Just then,
見つけましたぞ
I'm surprised it took him that long. We heard a shriek from above and Lucy slumped her shoulders in irritation.
もううるさいコウモリね。
Let's escape. I grinned and pointed in the opposite direction. Of course, running away was essentially pointless.
そうしましょうか。
Lucy laughed and nodded, and we started booking it. Hand in hand.
待つでござる
Hahaha. I never thought just running could be this fun. But I learned then that it could be. Or 22 is very different.
では本日は10日後に迫ってきた芋煮会について決めておきたいと思います。
It was a very different approach from any other hangout event. Because like this is the only one where it's basically like, okay, these two will become a couple. And it's like in the other routes, obviously they were going to become a couple, but like they never hinted at it. Right? It took until the start of the route for them to actually be like, okay, they're going to get together. Right? Option number 3. Wait, no, that's not what I meant. Hangout event number 3. I've said this multiple times, right? Oh, well, maybe not multiple times, but it's so weird that like the choosing the go to see Dora option is only for Julie. Right? With every other character, it's like, oh, just go to sleep. Right? Even for Lucy. But I mean, I guess she doesn't really like Dora because of how overprotective he is. But whatever. Come in.
Yuta, 今ちょっといいかしら?
Thank God it isn't Dora this time.
ちょっと聞きたいことがあって。
Sure. I gestured for her to take a seat. I wondered what's up. I wonder what's up. Her face looked stiff and anxious.
ちょっと妙なことを聞くようなのだけど。
She sat down and brought her knees to her chest. She probably wasn't conscious of it, but the slit up her skirt, slit up her long skirt made her for a tantalizing sight.
ユータってトマトは好き?
Tomatoes?
ええ、トマトというか、トマトジュースというか。
Oh, right, of course you'd have to ask that. I mean, I guess you could say I don't like or dislike them.
そう。
Why do you ask about tomatoes?
いえ。
Lucy shook her head and trailed off. She usually spoke with conviction, so seeing her so wishy-washy was rare. Well, I've never really had tomato juice. If I drank it, perhaps I might like it. I tried to add another comment, but she was still unresponsive.
あと、それからもう一つ。
Sure.
この前の献血の時、私は部屋に充満する血液の代わりについうっとりしてしまったものだけど、ユータにはあの香りってわからないかしら?
Huh? No, I couldn't smell it at all. The waiting room we were in, and the room where they were drawing blood was separated. Even while they're taking blood, I've never been conscious of the smell. Only a vampire would be, I suppose.
そう。わかったわ。
She looked unusually let down, then stood up. That's all she wanted to ask. She did preface it by saying it was a weird thing to ask.
ああ、そうだ。この辺に図書室みたいなところってあるかしら?
Yeah, there's one in front of the station.
なら、今からそこに案内してくれない?
Those were some weird questions. I'm like, okay, the first one kind of makes sense because she also likes tomato and tomato juice. So like, I thought she was asking because it'd be a shame if they didn't like the same thing, right? but then like talking about the smell of blood, I'm thinking like, does Lucy think Yuta's becoming a vampire or something? I don't know. Does yeah, I don't know. Sure.
ありがとう。じゃあ着替えるから玄関の前で待っていて。お待たせ。行きましょうか。
Okay. Those clothes look so good on her. Although her traditional vampire clothes also look stunning, of course. They were such everyday girl clothes, but the person wearing them was anything but normal. Something about that gap was just awesome.
どうかした？さっきから私のことチラチラ見たりして。
Lucy flashed a knowing smile and wrapped her hair around. Oh, I was just thinking that outfit looks good on you.
あら、そういうことは心の中で思うのではなくて口で言ってくれなければね。
You know, other than the fact that your belt is clearly long enough for it to go under the second tab, you know, the rest is fine. The tucked in part makes it look better. Yeah, but it's been so long since you bought the clothes.
女にとって賛美はいつでも嬉しいものよ。
I gotcha. Lucy's weird, standoffish mood from before was gone. I wonder what that was all about anyway. Those were weird questions out of the blue like that. Walking next to Lucy, I could virtually feel the stares from passing guys boring into my skin. It's cause she's stunning, I know. I recall that what she just told me, and tried to voice my feelings. We get a lot of stares when we walk. It's because you're that beautiful.
やだ、言うだったら。
That beautiful? It's because you're that beautiful. I feel like it would have been better if he said you're so beautiful, but sure, I guess both work. But it's just a weird way for him to say it. It's like if he was trying to say you're that beautiful, then it's like it must have been because it must be because you're that beautiful or something, right? Or well, yeah, so also works in that sentence as well. Whatever. She was the one who told me, to be honest, about my feelings, but here she was shy as could be. Oh man, she's too cute. Don't you laugh like a queen whenever Doris says something like that to you?
それが？
Well, you seem to be shy now, aren't you?
それはね。
Still obviously bashful, she turned her eyes away.
従者に言われるのと思っている男子に言われるのとではやっぱり反応も違ってくるわよ。
God, that was cute too. I had always thought she was pretty, just like a matter of fact. But thinking about her as a girl, one who I was close with, this might have been my first time thinking how adorable she was.
顔が赤いわよ。
She poked my cheek. Lucy's face was red as a tomato too. I wish we could just keep walking like this. At least I thought so to myself.
あれね。
She moved away from me as she looked up at the building.
ありがとう。ここまででいいから。
Okay, Lucy. What are those questions? What did those questions mean earlier anyway?
それはそのうち伝えるわ。機会があれば。
I nodded, and Lucy slipped into the library by herself. Wow, she's like art and modern in motion from behind too. She was already well out of earshot, so I just mumbled it to myself. Let's hope she didn't hear it because of, I don't know, enhanced vampire hearing or whatever. 430. It was out of the blue. I keep saying that. It's not like I haven't seen this fucking text box before or anything. Okay, while this doesn't matter in the same way that the other one, well, no, this one actually has different options or different dialogue, different scenes for each option. So for Lucy, it's to take a swim. It's still too cold. The water wasn't technically open for swimming. I might die if I just jump in. Yeah, it's like it's the only I think it's kind of like the go tease Dora option, right? Whenever it's the just go to sleep or go tease Dora options, you always end up just picking the go to sleep option because the Dora option is just FOF text. But for some reason, well, no, it's a little different. It doesn't, with the go tease Dora option, it doesn't give you the text box again. Doesn't give you the option menu again for obvious reasons. It's like there's two options, and now the first one's gone. The second option's gone, so it's gonna default to the first one. In this instance, it's like the take a swim is only like it's only fluff dialogue, right? It just went back to the three options. So then obviously, I mean, it doesn't really matter, but no, it does matter. For Lucy, it's start a fire. Here it is, the final hangout event. Technically not the hangout event because it just goes immediately into the character's route, but yeah. I had some time to kill, so I figured I'd go chat with Lucy.
Ah, Yuta.
Lucy, I was just on my way to see you.
そう、ちょうどよかったわ。私もそちらの部屋に行こうとしていたところだったの。
Really? That made me happy. I didn't know exactly why, but Lucy wanted to see me. I was honestly happy.
中へどうぞ。
Thanks.
今ドーラがいないのよ。だからお茶が出せないから、トマトジュースでもいいかしら。
Yeah, anything's fine.
ちょっと待ってて。
Lucy left the room. Princess Lucy probably had little to no experience actually tending to her guests. But assuming that, it meant I was worth the effort for her. That wasn't a bad feeling either. What's taking her? No matter how much she's been pampered her whole life, I figured she could at least pour juice into a cup. I thought it was a little odd, so I made my way to the kitchen. But I got lost on the way. This place is huge. It looked enormous from the outside, so it shouldn't have been a surprise. Only one person and a bat reside here. Did they need this much room? This many rooms? I think Dora was the decider on how big the mansion had to be. What's the matter?
Yuta.
Oh, he found his way. He found his way. I saw glasses scattered to the kitchen floor on the kitchen floor.
ほうきを探していたのよ。そういうことはドーラに任せきりなものだからよくわからなくて。
Glass scattered on the kitchen floor. Glasses implies an entirely different thing. What happened?
あのコウモリ、ジュースピッチャーを洗わずに出てしまったのよ。
Ew.
それで、 洗おうとしたら落っことしてしまったというわけ。
But like, why is it a black screen? It's not like they're trying to censor anything. I guess they just didn't care enough to make a kitchen asset, right? I don't know. Oh, here. I'll pick up the big pieces. I don't want to step on one of them.
お願い。私はメモを探すわ。確か食器棚にどこに何があるかのメモがあったはずなのだけど。
Lucy turned around and peeked into the lower cupboard. Her butt was sticking out, and one of her thighs was fully exposed through the slit in her dress. Whoa. I think I can... I felt like I could see it, but not quite. Ow.
大丈夫？
Yeah, I just cut my finger a little.
見せて。
I guess this is why they had a black screen. I mean, I thought it was going to be a CG with her in the kitchen, but I this also works. Oh. Without warning, she took my finger into her mouth. What? Her tongue's moist tip sent ripples of goosebumps through my body. I speed run to etchy scene in route world record. I don't know. It didn't feel gross at all though. Whoa. My blood suck. You're sucking my dick. I mean, whoa.
ごめんなさい。大丈夫？
I didn't realize she showed so much fucking ass in this pose. Excuse me? Yeah, just a little dizzy. She helped me stumble back to the room and let me catch my breath on her bed. A wonderful scent enveloped the bed. I knew I would feel better in a few minutes.
ああ、これトマトジュースよ。血のように真っ赤だから。
Okay, thanks. I was actually really thirsty, so I eagerly took it. Yeah, that's good. Lucy put the empty cup on the table and sat on it in her bedside chair.
ユータの血はすごく美味しくて、思わず我を忘れてしまったわ。
Lucy blushed cutely, ashamed of herself. That was weird. Your blood is so good. Shouldn't be a compliment. But it made my heart flutter for some reason. Well, yeah, because it's because she's a vampire. What do you expect? Perhaps it was because I was seeing Lucy enjoying herself. Maybe it's because she's a vampire. I think that's a possibility too. Either way, it was a weird feeling. Losing blood is dangerous, though. I knew that, but part of me wanted to give her more. See, real recognizes real. I would also want that. Both red and shy, we kept our eyes fixed on one another. Lucy's glistening lips were partly open, and I could see the tip of her fang-like insular. But only one, because she has to have the cute fang, even though she's a vampire, so she should have both exposed.
それで、ユータの要件は？
Nothing in particular. I just wanted to chat, actually.
そう。
What about you?
今、しているわ。
For a second, I thought she meant blood-sucking. But she said now. I was pondering what she meant when suddenly Lucy mounted me. The suddenness of the movement made me sweat, made her sweet scent fill my nostrils.
ねえ、ユータ。
Lewd scene speedrun world record? From the start of the route to a lewd scene? What?
私の目を見て。
Uh,
えではないわ。
Lucy placed her hands on either side of my head and brought her face closer.
そらしてはダメ。
It's kind of hard for me to not look away. I have to read the text box. She was close enough that I could feel her breath. Even if I wanted to look away, I feel like I was tethered with an invisible string.
うーん。うーん。
What? She was staring into my eyes like an optometrist.
ただいま戻りましたでございます。
See, this is why Lucy can get more intimate. This is why Lucy can get more intimate so early into the route, because she's gonna get fucking cockblocked by Dora every time.
あら、もう帰ってきたのか。
お嬢様、本日の昼食はお嬢様の好きなトマトとモッツァレラ。
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
なによ。
なんと
Whoa. Dora fluttered madly throughout the room. It was kind of gross seeing a bat do this in the room.
なんとまだ婚姻も結んでいないというのになんと
I mean, true, they haven't confessed to each other yet, and the other girls still have their pacts. Still have, yeah.
どうしたのかしらこのコウモリは。
接吻していたでございますな。
I mean, she was sucking his blood, but, you know.
は
接吻でございます。チッスでございます。ベーゼでございます。
I wish they were, but no, they didn't.
意味はわかるわよ。何を言ってるのよ、ドーラは。してないわよ、キスなんて。
いいや、見ました。このドーラ、寮の眼でしっかと見ましたとも。
幻覚を。
Probably.
成長無垢、純情可憐なお嬢様の唇が。赤まみれの顔に怪我され。
Come on, I wash my face every day.
ドーラ、買い物先でまた旅でも食べてきたんじゃないの？
いえいえ、我が輩コウモリであって猫ではありませぬ。
じゃあ老眼よ。
ええ、最近は目を遠ざけなければ新聞が。いやいや、それはないでござる。
But are you sure about that? Considering you're a bat, right? Bats are blind. They use echolocation to see.
とにかく、チンは国家なりという言葉もございます。王女たるお嬢様が怪我されたとあっては、これは国家の一大事。
You know, if he wants to be a bat so badly, he has to take the good with the bad.
ユータとのキスがどうして汚れになるのかしらね。
ということはやはり接吻を。
Alright, she was just asking a question. You don't need to jump to conclusions.
はあ、もう。
She kissed his finger. I mean, she wanted to do more, but you cockblocked her. Lucy sprang up like she had enough.
こうしてはおられませぬ。我が輩、早速御所様にご報告に参ります。
Okay, that's going too far. Like, she'd had enough.
こら、待ちなさい。
Uh-oh. Well, shit, I guess there's a reason why they're able to be so intimate so early in the route. because of the conflict between Yuta and her dad. Both of them disappeared one after the other. That stupid Dora. Barging in right when it was getting good. I mumbled angrily to myself and peeled my heavy body off the bed. You act like you knew what was going to happen. Now that Lucy was gone, I figured I couldn't just stay here alone. Oh, it's so bright. It sounded like Lucy, like Lucy did when she first arrived. But what was Lucy trying to do back there anyway? Staring into my eyes like that, it went on for a while. Aside from Dora interrupting things, it didn't feel like she was going to kiss me. Well, I can just ask her tomorrow or something.